Now we're talking.
All right.
I mean, back in the saddle, and it's about damn time. Welcome to the Eternal Baseball Broadcast. We're your hosts, Mark Weber, Brent Rotundi, and after several weeks of unmovable travel issues and such, we are back and right on time for Game 6 of the Eternal Series. So
here we are.
Again, we wish we were with you a little closer throughout the playoffs because it has been a hell of a playoff run, but here we are with Game 6 of the Eternal Series featuring the New York Yankees, AL pennant winners, and the best team in Eternal Baseball for Season 2 from a record perspective with 118 victories. But they're playing the San Francisco Giants, the defending Eternal Baseball champions. And kind of cool because it is, the rivalry from baseball from way, way back from New York Giants and New York Yankees. And a lot of those guys that played in those classic New York rivalries are in the game, and we'll get to it. So I want to bring up, just in case you haven't been with us or haven't caught all of it, let me share my screen here with a little audio, of course. That's a trick. So we're taking a look here at the box scores from games 1 through 5, and we won't belabor this, but we'll go through it quick. Game 1 was a big win for New York. Alex Rodriguez led off the 10th inning with a walk-off solo shot. The key here was that New York beat they didn't beat Christy Mathewson, but they won a game that Mathewson started, and he's easily the best starting pitcher for either team in the series.
Yeah, I got 12 hits off him too.
They got to him a bit. Bob Shockey got a little bit lit up. But it was A-Rod's home run, but then also 3 2/3 of hitless relief from Goose Gossage and Dave Righetti. And that's one thing to kind of watch with the Yankees, as sacrilegious as it sounds, is that Mariano Rivera has been touched up a little bit in the playoffs. So occasionally they've got a lot of bullpen options between Gossage and Righetti and Betances and Sparky Lyle. Like, there's a lot of options there. Sooner or later, Aroldis Chapman will jump in once he's more Yankee than Red. And good Lord, that pen. But anyway, that's Game 1. See if I did this right. Yep, Game 2, the Giants fight back. It was Tim Lincecum, who didn't start many games, but down the stretch, he was really good. So he started Game 2, didn't do so well. But New York's ace, another guy who didn't start the season in the rotation, Lefty Gomez, was 15-1 in like 2/3 of the season, but he got torn up. And Kevin Mitchell had a big 2-run shot that gave them a win back, so it tied it up at 1-1. And then the series went from the Bronx out to the Bay for Game 3, but the Yanks were back and got to Juan Marichal, who threw, I think, an 11-inning 2-hitter to wrap up the NLCS.
Wow.
So I don't know if he was still a little tired from that or what, but he got a little torn up here by the Yanks in an 8-3 win. First game out in San Fran. New York takes a 2-1 lead. And then San Francisco fights back. This was CC Sabathia, who's from Northern California.
Whew, getting
torn up at home. And then the long relief, Whitey Ford not bad. Stottlemyre got a little bit lit up. And San Fran tied the series at 2 apiece. And then in Game 5, it was a New York stomp again. But this was defense mainly that let Mathewson down. You see 8 runs, but only 2 of them earned. But he did walk 6 guys in 6 innings. So if there's a lament, it's probably that Mathewson has been a little off his game here.
Yeah,
and this was the last game in San Fran. So now they're coming home, or the Yankees are coming home for Game 6 in the Bronx. And so here's how we're going to do it. Because it's July 3rd, we don't want anybody to skip fireworks tomorrow night to watch Game 7 if there's a Game 7. So we're going to play Game 6. And if the Giants win to force a Game 7, we're going to play Game 7 immediately after it. So one way or another, we're crowning an Eternal Baseball champion today.
One way or another, we're gonna have a drinking contest with
That's
John McGraw after this. Look at him. Look at that guy.
Yeah, he's already 3 cups in
Yeah.
here in the pregame. So I think the stats you see here are championship series on through the Eternal Series. So really, this is like the last 2 weeks. So it shows who's hot right now. I wouldn't freak out too much about Buster Posey hitting 185, although it has been for 2 weeks. So it's a snapshot of what's going on right now. So if we look at it from an OPS standpoint, we've got, pretty easy, 2 lefties and 2 righties. So let's see. We're setting the lineup for both squads here because that's only fair. Again, we usually play as the home team, so we'll be playing as the Yankees tonight, which is fortunate for me because I'm a Yankee fan. So, but it looks like it might be Kent. He's got the best on base. Maybe Mays third, McCovey second, and Bonds fourth. Any argument?
No,
I
no,
mean,
no.
That's and it kind of
interchangeable.
if you play McCovey in right, and he's a pretty poor right fielder, but it lets you play Mitchell at third. Well, you can play Mitchell third, but it lets you play Will Clark at first. And then this guy, Buck Ewing, has been really good. And he's look at him down here. He plays everything. He's a good catcher. He plays wherever. This guy played in like the 1910s. But he's been playing a lot, and he either catches or plays second. But because Kent is playing so well and Posey is not, he'll start at catcher.
It's like a rich man's King Kelly.
Right? Yeah. He's varsity King Kelly.
There you go.
And then the rest of it writes itself because Travis Jackson is always the shortstop. And then pitching wise, let's see who just pitched.
Red Ames. No.
Might be Hubble threw a little bit. Oh, I don't know. It's not even showing us the. I don't know why the ERAs aren't showing. But actually, hold on. Let me check this out because if I get back into it, if we go to, where will it be? Here we go. If we go to C Drive, DK Sports, box scores, Eternal Series, Game 5. I already set the pitching matchup would be, it's Lincecum versus Lefty Gomez, a Game 2 rematch. Right. And then Juan Marichal and Jack Kespero if it goes Game 7. So Lincecum, Gomez, got it. So pitchers, Lincecum. And then, it's Gomez for New York. And then, all right, so by OPS, A-Rod and Ruth are killing the ball. So I think it's Ruth cleaning up, A-Rod third. Oops. I think it's Ruth, A-Rod, Mantle. Ooh. Let me see. On base. Wow, Willie Randolph's been killing it.
We could throw Irizarry a bone.
Yeah, he'd dig that, right?
Yeah.
And Lazari's been awful. So Randolph walks and hits quite a bit. So, okay, I'm all right with that. And then Judge.
Jeez, this lineup, man.
Right. Maris on the bench with his 61 homers, but no big deal.
Yeah, bum.
Right. Sit down, Maris. Judge plays right and Ruth DHs. Dickey is the catcher. Gehrig has been warming up, but he was pretty rough. So it might be, it's almost sacrilege. We'll put DiMaggio 7th. If it's not 7th, it's 9th. Like, come on.
We're in Gehrig in the 8-hole.
Gehrig in the 8th. Even though he's coming on.
I love it, man.
And then Jeter hitting 9th. Jeter will be the shortstop. A-Rod the third baseman.
I thought we were going to have that old argument over whether A-Rod was the better fielder when he first got signed.
He's ranked as a better shortstop defensively.
I think I don't know. Where do you fall on that as a Yankee fan? I think if it was anybody but Jeter, that he gets bumped.
Yeah, I think they talked to Jeter first and said, we're going to go after him, but only as a third baseman. You cool with that? And I'm sure they went to A-Rod and said, third base only. Don't even think about it. Even when Jeter was hurt, they wouldn't slide A-Rod to shortstop because they didn't want to open that can of worms.
Really?
At all. Yeah. They never played him at shortstop.
Crazy.
So,
That's
and
wild.
I think as he got older and bulkier, I don't know that he would have been at shortstop long term.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think everybody agrees that he was a better defensive shortstop than Jeter was.
The question is, if Jeremy Giambi slides, does A-Rod play shortstop?
Right?
Because that play alone seems like it's cemented. So much of his.
Yeah. There was a bit of that, and people go back and forth about Jeter's actual defensive capability, and I think the truth is that he was an above average shortstop who made such flashy plays regularly.
Yeah,
it elevated him into Ripken, not Ozzy, but Ripken like levels that he probably didn't deserve.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Anyway, it's time for baseball. Oh, wait a minute. Am I batting a pitcher? Must be in the. Oh, that's I screwed that up in San Francisco. This is in New York, so they get a DH. So Lincecum is so if they get a DH.
Oh man.
I mean, we're using
Melott. No.
We're using all the monsters.
Melott, huh?
Well, what we would do is McCovey will DH rather than be a 2 in right field.
There you go.
And
Melott.
Yeah, Ott's a 6 in right. So better than Cepeda, who's a 5. So you want Ott or you want Cepeda? Cepeda's numbers are slightly better this postseason.
Melott, less syllables, man.
There we go. Mel Ott, welcome to right field. And then
that makes their job considerably easier.
Yeah. They came and took McCovey's glove away, and he was like, cool.
Yes, thank
Love
God. Thank God.
Welcome to Yankee Stadium.
Right now, Mitchell's at third, being like,
Let's go in New York.
Yeah.
New York
here's my mitt.
Tim Lincecum takes the mound for San Francisco. He'll be opposed by lefty Gomez for New York. It's 84 degrees. Wind speed 3 miles per hour. Left to right.
I saw a little, it was a little magazine article on a small glove manufacturer out of Texas. And they were showing the tools they use to construct a glove, to cut the leather. And oh man, it was so cool.
That stuff's awesome.
Like all the mallets they used to form it and
beat it down. We were playing beer league softball basically in Bend years ago. And Richard Duran, the absolute stud of our high school baseball team, was back from college ball. And coolest guy, right? Richard had no airs. And he came and he looked at all of our gloves and he was thoroughly disgusted.
Right.
And because he was cool and he wanted to help, in between hitting dingers, he was restringing everybody's glove.
That's right.
Because he just couldn't let it go, right? It was
like not a single Japanese mitt among the lot of you?
Right.
Come on now.
And some of them had big strings hanging way off. He was like, ah!
His OCD kicked in.
He couldn't take it. All right, so here we go. So now we go back up here. Now we set the lineup as humans because it wouldn't be cool for us to have the computer set the lineup. But now we're giving control of San Fran back to the computer. And here we go. Lefty Gomez. Yankees ace during the season and bad in the postseason.
This lineup, man. Ugh.
Yeah.
Almost feels like we're on cheat mode right now.
Right.
We used our game genie.
That's it. We're gonna hit Eric 8. No big deal.
Right. Just
meanwhile, Mattingly's on the bench going, "What the hell? What I gotta do?
Come on, guys.
Cut your hair, Mattingly.
Cut your hair, hippie."
All right. So here we go. Just like that. Randolph gives him a little bump defensively too. At second over Tony
McCovey.
Little bump in charisma too.
Right?
Center fielder, Willie Mays.
Just terrible.
Why do we always feel like we're playing against Willie Mays?
He terrifies me more in the field. Like anything hit central, I'm just like,
Yeah, but you just know he's due for just a long digger. Look at A-Rod, man, just showing off his range.
Right? No hitter intact through half an inning.
San Francisco, Tim.
And Randolph
Lee
can
Seacombe.
bunt. No, I don't know that
Leading off
I'm
for
not
New
going to
York,
start with that.
second
But
baseman, number 30, Willie.
one of my favorite
Randolph.
signs ever when Lincecum was it. And I think people forget how great he was because it was only 4 years maybe when he was it. But in a playoff game in Philadelphia, he struck out the side and walked off to the dugout. And a Philly fan in the front row, a couple of them, held up this giant banner that said, "Fix your teeth."
Ooh, brutal.
Only in Philly, right?
Yeah.
Oh man. So anyway, he was the Freak, right? Wasn't that his nickname?
I can't remember.
I think he was the Freak because he was like 5'7" and ridiculous. So I think it's part that Bumgarner was so incredible
Center
and was
fielder,
around for
number 7,
I think all 3
Mickey
titles
Mantle.
that people remember Bumgarner and forget a little bit about Lincecum because he was great only for I would say a heartbeat, but 4 years.
He dealt though, man. Especially
He really did.
at that size though, too, right? Like, I mean, he probably we'll have to look that up, but he probably was kind of a low draft pick, right? Just due to his physical.
I think he actually went pretty high, but the trick was he's a Seattle kid, and the Mariners could have taken him, and they passed on him.
Really?
And then once he was when he was winning Cy Youngs, the Mariner fans were furious, but they probably passed on him in the first round, right? Because
I'm gonna look that up, man.
Yeah, look, but I know they passed on him because they thought I don't think that's going to hold up long term, and they're probably right. So anyway, Mickey Mantle.
Third baseman, number 13, Alex Rodriguez.
I like whenever I try to look up something when we have a live broadcast, I turn into like an 80-year-old grandmother, just like
Right.
you know.
It's every first FaceTime video for a grandma.
You're right.
Where's the button? Hello?
so he was 5'11", 170. You're right. He was picked 10 overall.
Yeah, I thought he went high.
Yeah.
I don't know who the Mariners took instead of him, but basically, you really can't hang teams on baseball draft picks, right? Like,
Let's see.
One of my favorite.
Let's see. 2006 draft. Let's see who they took.
Oh, here we go. Meanwhile, A-Rod swings.
All right, let's see here. So let's see. Notable names that went higher. Evan Longoria.
Designated hitter, number 3.
Kershaw went higher.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, the Mariners took Brandon Morrow.
He was around for a while, but
yeah, he had a decent little career, right?
Not bad.
I mean,
by the way,
it's no Sam Bowie.
Right. In Major League Baseball, one of the things I loved in the last couple of weeks was the Brewers keeping Lorenzo Cain on the roster long enough to get 10 vested years, and then they released him because Cain is pretty much done.
Yeah.
But hardly anybody is. If you think about all the guys who play Major League Baseball, a 10-year vet is super rare. And if you get 10 years, you're fully vested for the pension.
Oh.
So even though it was obvious there really wasn't anything left, they kept him around for like 2.5 weeks to crack that 10-year barrier. And then I'm sure they had discussed it with him and said, okay, that'll be it.
No wonder he was so cool about it. Because I saw an interview with him and he was just like, yeah, I had a good career. And okay. So that makes a lot more sense. So
It
wasn't like they blindsided him.
No, they supposedly, and I don't even know if I've read this, but just a great guy and a wonderful teammate. They loved having him, but nobody beats Father Time. So I thought that was cool anyway. All right, we got Randolph on second, 2 down. Babe Ruth. I got all chatty.
Oh,
that's got a chance. Of course, it's Willie.
Look at that. That's game.
That's the first one.
It's a wrap.
Number 99, Aaron Judge.
I just can't believe Mays didn't catch that.
I know.
1-0. Aaron Judge steps in.
Oh.
That's foul.
One of these days, we're going to have to recreate the Bonds Sid Breams throw.
Just play it over and over again.
Just play that in one inning.
How many times he actually gets them at home?
Sim it like 100 times.
Speaking of Barry Lamar Bonds, by the way, Sun Devil, just throw that in there. The rumor is, I don't know if you say it unsubstantiated. At one point at ASU, Bonds was such a diva that Jim Brock, the old ASU coach, called the team together without him and said, boys, with him, we're a title contender. Without him, we really don't have a shot. So you tell me, are we with him or without him? And the team was like, yeah, let's get rid of him.
Still.
And, and Brock went, it totally backfired. Brock was like, too bad, we're keeping him. Ah!
He's like, I just bought a house, guys.
Right.
That's hilarious.
All right. Kevin Mitchell, who I always liked. It always struck me as odd that the Mets in '86 had Knight at third base, and he was World Series MVP. Howard
First
Johnson
baseman,
backing him
Will
up,
Clark.
and rookie Kevin Mitchell, third string. Like, that Mets team, ridiculous. Will Clark steps in with that same smirk that we were seeing on the league leader page.
Affable, agreeable Will Clark.
Yeah, just friendly kind of guy.
Live and let live, Will Clark.
I always wonder because he hasn't done much media at all since he retired. I think his last year he hit like
Catcher,
321
number 8.
or something.
Is that right? Wow.
For the Cardinals. Remember, he was a Ranger, I think, and an Oriole. And then I think one last year or year and a half in St. Louis. And his last season was real good.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, he was just like, I'm all right.
He's the kind of guy you just like. I'm pretty sure he probably has like a YouTube hunting show out there or something. You know, right? Like something like that. We just need to do more research.
It's funny because he was so beloved in San Fran, but I still have no idea what he was like. If he was goofy, if he was funny, if he just seemed to keep the media in general kind of at arm's length. So
yeah, kind of Votto-esque, right? We're not
a little bit like
totally sure.
What's he like?
Yeah. Is he just messing with people? Is he a troll? Like what?
Right. Or did he just have no time for the media? Like, I don't know. Anyway, Bill Dickey. There you go, Bill.
Left fielder, number 5, Joe DiMaggio.
We should make DiMaggio bunt. Oh, he's a terrible bunter, so it doesn't make sense. But.
You could curse us, man.
Right.
All right, here we go. Big inning. Who's up?
I forgot. For the games in San Fran, DiMaggio is from San Francisco.
Yeah.
So that must have been cool for him. Hey, here's Lou.
Boom.
Oh, here we go.
Send him.
47% chance.
No outs.
For the catcher with no outs. I think we stay put.
Look at you know Buck Ewing, man. That guy would throw. Look at Ewing.
I started to look at this when there's 2 outs, when it would be like this, 47%, and I'd go, does the next guy have a 47% chance to get a base hit? Right? But there's no outs, so
yeah,
I'm going to preach caution.
And Buck Ewing's going to clothesline anybody
right.
who disrespects the game.
Did you see the video of Pablo Sandoval in the Mexican League?
No.
Oh my God, he's coming around third, and he's every bit of 350.
Just like the tail of his shirt flapping, and
yeah, with like a big whale tail flapping behind him as he hangs around the third. There's no Buster Posey rule in the Mexican.
Oh God, runaway train!
Just forearms right to the face. He leveled this guy, and I'm like,
fight.
No, it was like they didn't know what to do about it, right?
Like why is this multi-millionaire playing in this league right now?
It's like Heroes destroying Ray Fosse in the All-Star game, right? Like, do you really need to do that? Especially Sandoval's made $100 million, right?
Right, but I mean, we're talking about tiers lower though, right? Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate the effort on one level, and yet I don't think it was a playoff game or anything. Like, maybe don't murder the catcher. I don't know.
It's like the guys who going 2-footed and like in an over 30 rec league. It's like, what are we doing? What are we doing here, man?
All right, bases loaded for Derek Jeter.
Yes.
He's a good bunter.
Yeah, he's also a good singles, good slap hitter. Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm with you. Oh, boy.
Oh, that's a run.
Slap that. Bonds isn't moving.
We're running on Bonds no matter what. I don't care if it's 12%. We're running on Bonds.
DiMaggio took third.
Randolph.
There we go.
Mays should have laid out for that catch.
Amazing.
Because I don't from the ground he doesn't get Dickey at home, but he holds DiMaggio.
You can just see him walking away, shaking his head, just appalled.
I've seen games. I think it's with McCovey, and right, maybe it's because McCovey's got a suspect glove. But I've seen doubles hit over McCovey's head that Mays catches against the wall. Like, hang on, Willie. All right, Willie Randall. That's through.
Dude, Randolph killing it.
Center fielder.
Now,
Mickey Mantle.
there's only one out. Do we need to get someone up for San Fran?
I think you give him one more batter.
All right. And we don't do that a whole lot, but once in a while, especially in a big game. Oh, and by the way, 84 degrees and sunny. That's the advantage of having the World Series in July.
July, there you go.
All right, Mickey Mantle.
Oh man, maybe get someone up.
Yeah. I think they got to get somebody ready. And
Alex Rodriguez.
Wait a minute. We want to do bullpen. We got to do options, preferences. We'll take over. They've got in their pen Carl Hubble and Madison Bumgarner.
Yep.
So
gotta.
So
that was kind of you not to use that A-Rod photo where he's looking at himself in the mirror.
Right. So bad. Wasn't there a rumor he had a mural of himself as a centaur in his house?
See, I wouldn't. That would not be disqualifying for me as a fan, because that's awesome. That's the kind of stuff like I like to see people who have FU money do stuff like that. Like that's amazing.
I didn't realize
a centaur. I mean, come on, that makes me like him tons more.
Oh, that's true. He should have that behind him on that K-Rod broadcast that nobody watches.
Does he have a ESPN one?
He does. Yeah. It's like the Manning brothers one, but not good.
Oh, it's not good.
It's Michael K. It's Michael K. and A-Rod, and he was like a couple weeks ago. He was like, Mike Mussina won 20 games this final season, throwing 88 miles an hour, right? And Mussina, I mean, goes without saying, borderline Hall of Famer. And Michael K. is like, yeah, he went into the Hall in 2016. He was a teammate.
That's funny, man.
Oh, man. All right, so we'll give San Fran.
Although, I mean, what do you think of A-Rod on the broadcast? I haven't watched that much, but he seems like he's horrible, right? Like
he knows the technical side of baseball really well, and some of that stuff's really interesting.
Yeah.
But I just him as a person. It's just
whoever too much to overcome.
Whoever thought that we wanted more of him, I don't know. So my guess is ESPN moved him off the main broadcast, but had money left on his deal and went,
okay,
you got to do something. So
gotcha.
Anyway. All right, so Hubble and Bumgarner warming up. A-Rod at the plate, bases loaded, 1 out. Oh, wait a minute. I got to scroll back to the computer. Here we go. Could be 2. Oh, no. Only 1. Oh, maybe not even.
Dude, look at that hustle. He's there.
He's in.
Oh, wow.
So wait, Kent stepped on second to get 1, but couldn't get A-Rod.
Dude, A-Rod, way to go, buddy.
Right?
Yeah, hustle. 72%, man. Should we steal? No, I guess
not with Ruth at the plate. Right?
This lineup, man. There's nothing. It gives you nothing.
How are you going to turn 2 on a centaur?
I think that's rad, man. If you just did like classical literature things where you put yourself as Sir Gawain or something like that.
Right. Here I am, the bugbear.
That's right. Fighting bugbears. It's like what was it? That Wes Anderson movie. What am I spacing, man?
You gotta need a little more.
Oh man.
Magnolia?
No, the Wes Anderson. Right? It's oh man, I can't remember. Give me a sec. Okay. Give me a sec.
I want to put Pablo Sandoval's face on a gelatinous cube. Because I think that's his end game. But
one sec. All
right, hang on. We're gonna let Babe Ruth hit.
All right.
Now Ott is all over that.
Catcher, Buck Ewing.
Buck Ewing.
Tenenbaums. Yes.
Oh, Royal Tenenbaum.
Yeah, where they have that. He goes to visit with Owen Wilson's character, and he's got all those those pictures of like the clowns on the ATVs and stuff. I don't obscure reference, but man, like that'd be such a good use of FU money if you ever accumulated it.
I like
so good
from Wedding Crashers, where the weird kid from Rhode Island School of Design paints a picture of Vince Vaughn.
You're right.
And when they eventually get kicked out, he's leaving, but he has the photo with him.
I'm taking this with me.
Now, this is Buck Ewing, not Buck Davis, the gym teacher from Ben High. But
although Buck Ewing looks like he could actually take Buck Davis, which is saying something. Something.
I would promote the hell out of that fight. Right? Ewing out at first. Oh, Sam Francisco is challenging the rule.
Shortstop.
The rulings.
Travis.
Ooh, man. Things are rolling.
Lefty Gomez. Looking like regular season Lefty Gomez. I may have jinxed him.
Right fielder. Mel Ott.
Hey, Mel Ott. That's a guy you'd want to have a beer with.
Mel Ott is, and this was a while ago, so there might be new guys. There's like 8 players in baseball history with 50 homer seasons with last names of 4 letters or less. And
Mel Ott.
We'd shoot on this for a whole weekend at a sports convention back in my McFarland days. And this was before we had internet on our phones, right? So it was better because people would go, I got one, George Bell. And you're like, oh, yeah, I forgot about George Bell. But it was like Bell, Mays, Ruth, Ott, I don't know, and some more. So
and definitely not Pete Incaviglia.
No. There was a bit on the Yankee broadcast last night that somebody hit his 20th home run. It was Rizzo. And it gave him 8 20 homer seasons in his first 12 years in the bigs. And there's only for first baseman. And there's only like 4 other guys who've done that in history. I'm like,
really?
Wow.
First baseman?
Yeah, and I didn't get the answer. I put down Pujols, but he didn't play first his first 3 years, so he got thrown out. And I thought Eddie Murray, maybe Jim Tomei. Well, Tomei played third when he came up. Gehrig, maybe Jimmy Fox, McGuire. I don't know. I didn't see the answer. But
both the fielders, probably.
It was an interesting question. All right, Mel Ott.
Prince and Cecil.
Right.
You know they weren't playing third.
No, that's true. Jeff Kent.
We got to Photoshop a picture of him. Oh, is that gone?
I think he got that.
Jeez.
Yeah, he did.
We got to Photoshop a picture of him on a motorbike.
Right.
Dang, tighten up a little bit there.
Right? He came in the dugout, everybody high-fived him except Bonds.
Yeah.
Gomez starting to
center fielder Willie Mays.
Always do this guy. The baseball version of "He Hate Me."
Right.
This guy.
This guy. Aaron Judge steps in.
Catcher Bill Dickey.
Bill Dickey. Not quite.
Left fielder Joe DiMaggio.
So Hubble and Bumgarner are ready to come in, but Lincecum has righted himself. So I think out of respect. And I don't know why. It seems weird. When we take over, the computer often seems to ignore who we got ready for them. So I don't want to burn out Hubble and Bumgarner. So we'll sit them down. Okay, back to them. All right. Joe D. Nope.
At least we're not hitting it to Mays, though, right?
Right. We have that strategy has worked so far. Bonds legs
Third
out.
Baseman Kevin Mitchell.
I think if Mitchell does some damage, we got to get somebody up for Gomez.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So with Jack Kespro getting ready for game 2.
I'll let you make these bullpen calls.
Right.
You know this. team very well.
Yeah, the guy who can go quite a ways. The two are Gossage, who can throw 40 pitches. Rigetti can throw 55. So
Red Ruffin.
Yeah, right. He never plays. I think it's going to be Rigetti. Also, he's a reliever, so he gets ready
First
quicker.
baseman, Will Clark.
So this could be Gomez's last hitter if this is awful.
Affable Will Clark.
Right. 0-2 to Clark. Oh, get there, Judge.
He's there. He's there. Get there.
Way in the corner. All
Catcher,
right.
Buck Ewing.
Buck Ewing, his splits are about the same. So Gomez, fine.
Buck Ewing looks like
right up the middle.
tough SOB, man.
Yeah.
Shortstop, Travis Jackson.
All right, what do we do? Rigetti?
Man. I just don't have much faith in Gomez because he hasn't been good all playoffs.
Yeah, let's
So,
bring in.
But do we want to burn the bullpen out in Game 6 with a possible Game 7 tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay.
Bring in the Italian.
Pitching for New York, number 19, Dave Rigetti.
All right, Rags.
Boom.
Mel.
That's a spicy meatball.
Mamma mia.
Mel Ott, who is worse against lefties.
When in doubt, I go with my grandma's gut.
Right?
Who would my grandma bring in?
Right? Didn't the Royals called up like the most Italian name I've heard in ages, like a first base prospect, Vinny Pastorino or something?
Oh, I love it.
Oh, dude. Right?
You can almost see the.
Yeah. In New York, Anthony Rizzo is like, man.
Yeah, right.
I should have gone by Tony.
Take a seat, Rizzo.
All right, Mel Ott. And you can't say he struggles against lefty because he's 306, but he's 337 against righties. So get there, Willie.
It froze. I didn't see.
Line out to Willie Randolph.
All right. Dave.
Lou Gehrig leading off the bottom of the fourth.
Shortstop,
Sits down.
number 2, Derek Jeter.
Oh, he hit Jeter. Everyone's angry.
I got a little bit of a lag on some of the action here, so you have to excuse me my lack of reaction at times.
I'm enthusiastic for both, I think.
Perfect.
As long as it's the Yankees. So Jeter's 86% to steal. I think we got to send him.
Do it. Well, yes.
Meet. Buck Ewing with a throw. He's in there.
All right.
Willie Randolph.
I didn't see. There we go. Now it updated. Okay.
Grounder to first. Jeter to third. 2 down.
Center fielder,
Mickey
Mickey Mantle.
Whew. Come on, Mick.
Oh, I whipped.
What?
All right, Rigetti entering his second inning of work.
My son started T-ball this year, and he had a choice of jerseys between, there's like 4 numbers, and 7 was one of them. And I was like,
Willie
Yeah.
McCovey.
have to.
Get that. Did you know when Mantle first came up, they gave him 6?
Really?
When he first came up, he wore 6 for a handful of games, struggled, and they sent him down for the rest of the year. And then in spring training the next year, he came and they had 7 in his shirt, in his uniform. So if you want to talk about, it doesn't mean that much, but somewhere out there are game-worn Yankee Mantle 6
jerseys.
Right? Who knows where? But
Is there a big market for those as far as like availability? Do they?
I would assume a 6 would be worth more than a 7 just because of the scarcity of it.
Oh, for sure. But
Right.
is there a lot of like volume of those? Do people keep those? Like, there's just some basement in Newark where
Right.
there's all these old Mantle 6.
It's altogether possible that Yankees 6 went to a different player down the road, right? Like they probably saved that and reused it.
Took the name off.
Yeah.
Or no name.
Yankee uniforms don't have
That's
names,
right. No name.
so-
Okay, right. So somewhere there's a lab ready to do that DNA test to see if
Right.
there's any Mantle
Right.
DNA on an old.
Just see if there's any alcohol on it.
Right.
That'll verify it.
It smells like an old fashioned.
Yep. Oh, that's Mickey. When the Cubby steps in, Kent goes for second. He's in there.
Fielder, Willie, Mays.
Wait, what happened?
Okay, it looks like McCovey struck out.
Oh, okay,
Looks
gotcha.
like it was a busted hit and run, but Kent got in there. Now, 1 out. God, Mays kills lefties. 343. Do we want to walk Mays or pitch around him or
Who's up next? We got Bonds.
And then Mitchell and Clark.
I think you pitched to Mays, don't you? Instead of Bonds?
Yeah, probably. I just know this is going to go badly.
However,
get there, Joe.
Joe D.
Right.
He's not tagging. Okay.
Putting the D in Joe D. I like it. All right, now Bonds with 2 down.
I think you pitch around. Can we be careful?
Yeah, you can be careful.
Okay.
But in the past, I've said this way you won't hit it for power, and then
boom.
All right.
I think that's a good move strategically.
I can live with that. Kevin Mitchell. All
right. It's good to pitch around Mitchell, right?
Will Clark.
All right.
Now if he walks affable Will Clark.
I'm getting Betances ready just in case.
Yeah,
this goes really poorly.
Come on, Davey.
It's foul.
It's foul. Whew.
Ooh.
Oh, he's still going. Wait, what happened?
Was it
fair?
Foul?
Ewing.
Oh, no. What happened?
A fan reached over and grabbed the ball. I guess it was fair. Ground rule double for Clark.
Oh, no.
Bond scores. And that's it for Dave Rigetti.
I feel like we're getting jobbed here, man. This is like
that was clearly foul.
The old EA games, right? Where you get a big enough lead and they clawed back on you.
Here comes Dylan Betances in.
Number 6. Dylan Betances.
Whatever.
Betances.
That was clearly foul.
Lamahua.
Buck Ewing gets under one. Mantle tracks down.
All right.
San Fran takes the lead, 5-4.
Jeez.
A-Rod coming to the plate. Heart of the order, 3-4-5. Ooh.
Designated hitter, Babe Ruth.
Oh.
Right fielder, Aaron.
Slipping away.
Come on, Judge.
Man,
let's get him in a groove.
Betances never can throw many pitches, so we want to keep an eye on him here.
He seems okay.
Yeah, that's real heartening.
He's like shaking his arm out on the mound there.
Right.
I'm okay, boss.
Yeah, I'm all right. He's thrown 5 pitches.
I'm good, boss man.
Right fielder, Mel Ott.
Just a check. Oh, he's strong.
Strong. That's almost even worse than okay.
Get him, Dylan. Jackson Franz. He's in there. It's going bad. Here comes Jackson. Oh no, Judge holds it.
Second baseman, Jeff Gant.
Your call, man. Jeez, we're just getting lit up in these middle.
I mean, Betances has done nothing to make me believe in him. So,
pitching for New York, number 54, Rich Gossage.
Come on, Rich.
Richard.
Strikes out, Kent.
Willie.
All right. 3 Ks in a row. Boom, boom, boom.
Probably got a lot of that. Mickey's on the run. Oh, God. Look at that.
Come on, Judge.
Off the wall. Throw home? God, yes. Relay.
Got him.
Out!
All right. Boom.
Mays.
Oh, boy.
Ugh, this guy.
This guy again. He's always up. Man.
Ugh.
I'm gonna pitch around him. Or wait, a righty Gossage to Mays versus a righty to lefty Bonds. You probably got to pitch to Mays here.
I think so. I like your instinct though.
Yeah, it's gonna bite me, I think, but maybe not. Got him.
All right.
6-4 Giants.
San Francisco,
Lavelle.
Gary
Bottom of the sixth.
Lavelle.
Come on.
Okay.
We're getting to Lavelle. No way we don't.
He gave up A-Rod's walk-off in game 1, so.
There we
Run,
go.
Dickie, run.
Count it. He's there.
Maybe. Yep.
All right. Send him.
Joe.
I mean, the Yankees have Wee Willie Keeler, who's got a ton of stolen bases. So they have one like dynamite pinch running threat. I don't know that the 6th inning is the time.
Yeah, maybe we'll save it.
But Joe D.
Joe.
We're not sending Bill Dickey. Oh no! Run, Joe, run!
First
Great
base,
play, Jackson.
Aaron.
Right. Okay, Lou Gehrig. No pressure.
I like the Yankee lineup because it's like, well, okay, we're basically not pinch hitting
Right.
at all, right? Like,
Fielder, Barry, Bonds.
All right, Goose. I wonder if they think that's foul.
Third baseman, Kevin Mitchell.
Cheater with the flip throw, not the flip, but the spin.
jump throw.
First baseman, Will Clark.
Oh yeah. Doesn't have a distance.
Shortstop, number 2, Derek Jeter.
Whew.
I think.
Good game.
Are they playing Take Me Out? Yeah, real quiet. Whatever. Come on, DJ. Oh,
Second baseman, Willie Randolph.
he's 2 for 3. I can't drop a bunt when he's 2 for 3. There we go.
Send him.
Center fielder, Mickey Mantle.
69%. I could throw in Wee Willie Keeler, and then Lazari can take over at second. But
I don't know. Maybe just let Mantle crush one. He's
I'm
due.
down. Yeah, I'm
He's
down with
due.
that. Oh, look at that. Okay.
Big inning. Here we go.
Pass the baton.
Third baseman, Alex Rodriguez.
All right, A-Rod.
Rooting for you, A-Rod. Let's go. The Centaur. Did he get it?
No. Let's see if Randolph takes third on Bonds. No.
Ruth.
2 down, Babe Ruth. They walked him
Pitching for San Francisco,
Oh, come on, Judge.
Madison Bumgarner.
Boom.
and brought in
Oh.
Bumgarner to face
Judge.
Judge.
All right.
All right. Oh,
Jeez. Look at all those zeros we got from
man.
third on, man.
Since they showed a stat last night from judging by StatCast, whether it's a ball or a strike, that Judge has had the most called strikes outside of the zone of any player this year. And every player since 2017, since he came up.
Wow.
400 some calls
Jeez.
outside the zone because he's 6'7". They don't know how to call it on him. But
Interesting. Yeah, I know Julio Rodriguez was not getting a lot of calls early on as a rookie, but
he's
that's
a
interesting
rookie,
about
right?
Judge. Yeah.
I don't know how many times they've thrown that little ball, just dives just under the zone on him, and it's a strike to everybody else. But he's 6'7".
So do you think they're going to go full StatCast at some point, like in the next couple decade or so?
I don't know. It's part of baseball is arguing about the ump, right?
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
I don't mind instant replay everywhere else, but balls and strikes would seem kind of antiseptic to not have an ump there, right?
Yeah, that's true.
But
Or
they obviously
maybe they just give him an earpiece at some point to say
Right.
like it's a ball strike.
and then you get the Frank Drebin
You're right.
naked gun up, just screaming strike and
You're right.
put on a show. Buck Ewing, singles to right. How long has Goose been in
Shortstop,
there? Yeah, he doesn't have
Travis
much longer.
Jackson.
So
Man,
I guess it's
Giants just ground us down this game, man.
they really did. We'll do Sparky Lyle next as we try to use everybody. Ewing's a 73 this field. That's not going to happen. Wow. He's persistent. Travis Jackson gets into one. Judge on his horse, which is not A-Rod. Just to be clear.
Right fielder.
I would.
That'd be awesome if Judge actually jumped. Remember when Wade Boggs rode on A-Rod's back around the stadium after the 96 championship? That was great.
I don't.
Oh, no, wait, that was a police horse.
Okay.
That wasn't a centaur.
Sorry.
Wasn't a
That
centaur
doesn't
at
seem
all.
like it's something A-Rod would consent to.
He would have been a rookie, though, I think. So if Wade Boggs was like, here, kid, piggyback.
Here's your saddle. Let's go.
Second
right.
baseman, Jeff.
Okay, Kent's better against lefties than righties. So this is, unless they tell us Gossage is just done. Appears to be fine. Okay. There goes Buck Ewing. Ah, he's in there.
Jeez, dude. Ewing does everything.
All right.
Catcher,
Goose Gossage
Bill.
did his job.
It's like we got Mays in center, and then we got Ewing behind the plate. So polar opposites just killing us.
Bottom of the eighth.
Thinking Yogi? Or are you thinking?
No, it's actually Yogi had such a bad year. It's
Oh, yeah.
actually
Dickey had a
Posada.
good year.
It's
Oh,
actually
Posada?
Posada because he's a switch hitter.
Dickey killed it. He had 1,000 OPS, though. I think we leave him there.
Yeah, I don't think you can pull him now. All right. Now we're talking.
All right. Do some magic.
Oh, in comes Rod Beck.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Love it.
looking up. All right, man. Here we
Love
go.
it. Bumgarner out, Beck in. I like the strategy. Willie Keeler coming in to catch.
Keeler is the new runner at first.
How can he be 42%?
Pitching for
What?
San Francisco, Rod Beck.
At least he's fast.
Left fielder,
All right,
Jeez.
hang on.
DiMaggio.
Kleenex break. All right. Joe DiMaggio.
Ah, come on, Joe.
Aaron.
And Willie Keeler can't buy a steal.
Jeez, Beck is just. That's fair.
It should be. Should be. 0-2,
Does that mean they strike out usually?
usually. Oh, he got one.
Oh,
He might have got all of
ought
that. Look
to
at
not
that go.
move, dude.
Look at it go. I thought Mays was going to get it, maybe. The Iron Horse
Shortstop,
ties it up 6-6,
The Iron Centaur.
right? Run, Jeter, run. Yeah, no.
Mitchell just turned into Brooks Robinson this year.
Willie Randolph.
Okay, Will. That doesn't have
Get there.
the distance. No.
Designated hitter, Willie McDonald.
Gossage has 2 pitches before he's exhausted.
I've got a bit left, Skip.
I'm good. No, I'm good. No, you're not. Sparky Lyle.
Pitching for New York,
Why did you flip your glove around him? Why are you pitching on the other side of the rubber?
Right? Why did you untuck your shirt if you're not tired?
It's like back to the Tenenbaums, right? Where he like takes his stuff off on the tennis court.
Sparky Lyle. Oh, we need a new catcher.
It's like Sparky Lyle, definitely. He and Will Clark definitely have a YouTube hunting show.
So it's Posada for Keeler.
For our 3rd straight episode, we're hunting javelinas in the Arizona Wild.
All right. Lyle to McCutcheon. Tied up.
Ugh, get
No,
down.
he's got it. He's got it.
center fielder, Willie.
This guy.
Judge caught everything that the fan didn't grab. Willie Mays.
Look at this guy.
Who murders lefties. 343. Oh.
It almost feels worse that he's over 4 too, right?
Right? You can't walk him. You could pitch around him. But he is 0 for 4. So
Yeah,
I'm pitching him.
I think
This one's on me. Walked him in.
What is he like 80% to steal?
Probably. 43.
Oh, whoa.
All right, Bonds.
So quicksand over at first or something.
We made the grounds crew water down that infield.
Right, it's just
that's why Willie Keeler was like, the hell.
It's like the battle of Verdun over there. Just
there's a moat at first base.
There's a moat.
now Mays is at 80%. Just to make sure we're paying attention. All right. Barry Bonds. No, he's got that.
Oh, Judge. Look at it. Look at that.
Brilliant.
Third baseman, Kevin Mitchell.
I'll take the foul ball. 1 and 2 to Mitchell. 2 down.
Strike him out.
Little dribbler to third. A-Rod charges the throw. Not in time.
All right, he's up. Oh, all right. Come on, Sparks.
Clark struggles against lefties a little.
Sparky.
Well, by comparison. Oh, that's through.
Is it?
Yep. And here comes Mays.
Catcher,
this guy.
Sparky Lyle. You blew it. Get there, Judge. Ooh, maybe not. All right.
Center fielder.
So here we go. Bottom of the ninth, down 7 to 6.
We gotta get this off back. Come on.
2-3-4 against Rod Beck. 0 for 2. Mickey Mantle steps in. And walks.
There we go.
Third baseman, Alex Rodriguez.
A-Rod can't bunt.
Boom.
0 for 4.
You could hit a 2-run walk-off, though, right?
Yeah, he could.
Let's do it.
Instead of dribbler. Oh, he might have legged it out.
Oh, he's there.
Oh,
come on.
But did he step on second? Nope, Mantle's on second.
Ruth.
Come on, babe.
All right, now this is arrogant, but just in case, we'll get Mo warming up.
How is Rod Beck the best reliever that the Giants franchise has to try
Well, they don't get.
I love the guy. I love his stories. And
Yeah.
everything, but
They don't get Rob Nen because he's in Florida.
Gotcha.
And Lavelle was a great closer for them, but he tends to come in earlier. I don't know if that's because he's lefty and they like the situational matchup. But either way, it's Rod Beck and Babe Ruth.
dude, eternal like a Ruth walk off. Like how amazing would this be?
He walks.
All right, who's up? Who we got?
Judge.
Aaron Judge.
0 for 4.
4 strikeouts today. You could get the platinum sombrero, right? Is that right?
All right, the other bit. I got Roger Maris sitting on the bench.
Ooh,
Judge 0 for 4, 4 Ks.
I think you do it, don't you?
I think you have to.
Yeah, let's do it. Just for the storyline alone.
Yeah. Plus, it's lefty versus righty now.
Pinch hitting for New York, number 9.
Come on, Roger
Maris.
Come on, Maris.
Oh, it might be 2. No. Maris is what? Oh, it's an error at second.
Number 20.
Did we score? No.
Kent Fields it tosses to second.
Oh, they brought the infield in, dude.
The throw went into left field. Mantle to third. Ruth to second. Maris to first. Kent will be charged with the E. Bases loaded. 1 out. Infield in.
I kind of feel like this is the last at bat of the season, man. Right here.
It might be.
The single.
Well, we can't pinch hit for Posada because we don't have any other pitchers.
Oh, okay. Well, that's easy.
So that makes a decision. So Mattingly is like, I'm ready, Skip. Nope.
Hey, Skip.
We got Mattingly and Lazario.
This is it. Last bat. This is it. The last at bat of the season. Boom.
It could be. It's a single to right. At least one is in. Mantle scores.
We're gonna send Babe Ruth.
Ruth is going, I think. It's over!
Oh, yes.
Jorge Posada with a 2-run single as the Yankees come back. 8-7.
So I'm not. It's just showing Maris on top of Ruth on third, but we'll go with it. I thought Maris made a bad base running blunder there for a second.
Did you pass Babe Ruth?
Number 3.
Couldn't you see Ruth just like saluting the crowd?
Yeah, right.
Maris runs by. Maris seemed like kind of a country boy, right? Like
right, all business. Yeah,
what?
Ruth is doing the theatrics.
You know what? Great game.
Wow.
So
Amazing game to end on.
We are so used to being on the other side of
that. You just had a feeling. It just had a feeling though. Posada right there.
Man.
And he kind of knew we are going to take Beck out, right?
Yeah, I was not afraid of Beck.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
Like I was of Bumgarner. But Bumgarner only pitched one guy. So
Wow.
We walked the guy and got one out. But Bumgarner I was afraid of. Lavelle actually had their best stuff. Gossage was the star pitching wise. 3 innings, no runs, 2 hits.
Boom. 2 games in a row.
Look at that. So it's a championship for the New York Yankees. Congratulations. And kudos to the Giants for winning the first title and getting to game 6 of the second season. So
yeah. Who was the player of the game, according to the computer?
It could be Posada for 1 at bat.
Who the guy? Yeah.
Garrick for his 2-run shot.
Ah, that's right. Yeah, that was a bomb. Way to go.
Yeah. That was a heck of a shot. So, well, I'm glad it was a great game. It was a really good season. Coming up next, watch the Eternal Baseball homepage at eternalbaseball.com, our Facebook page, our Twitter feed, because we will have our Cy Young Award winners and our MVPs and our relief players, our Gold Glove winners. And then this season, something new. I found a good way to print out the season's worth of stats from a team perspective. So I'll post every team's final stats, maybe one a day, over the next little while. It is summer break, and because we want to include any current player who's having a great year, Aaron Judge, we want to include this season's MLB stats in their rolling, cumulative average if they had a good enough year. So you might have. We don't think. Season 3 won't start until after the MLB World Series. So we will take a little break. And we got some stuff to think about. Some people have asked for a wild card to get included. We also will have DH for the National League starting next year. So
yes,
we're gonna fine tune some things. But as always, we really appreciate you being along for the ride. We really enjoy Eternal Baseball. Hope you do too. Tell your friends and have them all set, because when the World Series ends, we've got more baseball for you. And we will see you next season for the third year, second year, third season of Eternal Baseball.
Thanks, everyone.